Hello, hello. Is it recording? Yes, I think it is. Hello, this is my first YouTube video, and I'm just, this is just gonna like be basically just this where I'm talking about Vinland Saga here, and then not really gonna be a lot of edits and things like that. But it's fine. It's fine. It's my first YouTube video, so it doesn't really matter. There's a little music in the background as well. I'm very nervous. Okay, so I want this YouTube channel to be a little bit with some things of gameplay, maybe things from my streams, as well as having my own opinion out there. Now this is something that like I don't really do a lot of times. I don't really express my opinion because a lot of times I don't see situations where it needs to be. Now, and one thing I really love is anime and manga. And like I think it was like 7 months ago, I read all of Vinland Saga here, and I just want to make my thoughts. Have my thoughts about it. And this is not going to be like a very spoilerly review. It's not going to have any spoilers. I'll make more videos where it's more in depth in my thoughts. Sorry, Vinland Saga, Vinland Saga in the future, where through each arc of Vinland Saga. So that's going to be in the future. But right now, it's just going to be a short video about my initial thoughts, of Vinland Saga, why I recommend people read it, and just the story of it, why I find it so intriguing and fascinating. Now, if you don't know anything about Vinland Saga is set like 1,000 years. I would say 1,000 years back in the time of Vikings, and the main character is this guy right here, Thorfinn. Thorfinn grew up in Iceland, and Iceland with his father Thor's, his mother. I just have to remember. I'm pretty sure her name is. Yeah. What is it? Her name? Is it Helga? I think I don't really remember. I'm probably going to have to skip through this a little bit. Skip through this a little bit. Sorry. I have to look through a little bit about this. Yeah, I think it was Helga. And, Helga, his mom, and then his sister, Yelva. Yelva. Yeah, Yelva. Sorry, I had to look through this to make sure I knew what I was talking about. Now they're in Iceland, and something I found very interesting is that the old guy in Vinland Saga is Leif Erikson, and I know of Leif Erikson, but my first thought was in SpongeBob, where it was Happy Leif Erikson Day, he getting it again. So that was very funny. So it has a lot of like old Viking Norse history when going into this, and the mangaka, look at his name again, Makoto Yuki Amura. He very much looked into the history, of Vikings, as well as him and his wife actually went to Iceland in vacation, and because he very much is fascinated by this. By the history of Vikings and just Norse mythology and history, so which I find is very interesting. So and the basis of the story, of what I can say about it, is that it's a revenge story, but it's not a revenge story, because these first 4 right here books, or 8 volumes, center the prologue. The prologue of the story of Thorfinn's revenge towards Askeladd. Yeah, Askeladd. That's what his name was. Towards Askeladd. I'm not gonna go too in deep into it, but that's basically what it is. So when you're first reading this, you would think that this is a revenge story. It's a story of revenge for Thorfinn against Askeladd. When in actuality, it's not. This is just the prelude, the before of the actual story of what's going on. Now, which I think is very cool, because my thing about revenge stories is that what happens after the revenge? What happens after they get what they what they want. What happens when they want something so bad? So want something so bad that, and what happens afterwards, as well as towards the person themselves. Not to make any comparisons, but when reading this, I thought a lot about the sort of revenge story of Attack on Titan with Eren, because I've read Attack on Titan. I have also watched the anime. I've watched anime, but I've finished Attack on Titan, and I can say with the revenge story, the thing which was very good. The thing I didn't that resonated more with me with this is that he sorry, I'm trying to form my words. Is that the story is about Thorfinn having to understand and accept his father's teachings, because his father, who was a warrior, who was a Viking, who was a respected Viking, he realized that what he wanted in his life was that he didn't want to fight anymore. He wanted to live a life of peace, and that's what he wanted. So, but Thorfinn, he couldn't understand that. He couldn't understand why you wouldn't want to live in glory, live in battle, and die in battle. He didn't understand that, and it took the prelude for him to finally understand that what his father was saying was right. That he should have listened to his father. Listen to his father, as well as the reason why this is called Vinland Saga is because of this magical place called Vinland, which Leif Erikson went to, and his father wanting to go there to live a life free of war and with peace. And if you don't know, Vinland is actually, sorry, it actually means it's actually talking about the Americas, the Americas, North America, because that's what Leif Erikson described the Americas to be, was Vinland. So yeah, and then it goes into an arc where Thorfinn has to do a lot of he has to discover himself basically, and wanting to, where he goes towards where he basically becomes a slave, and he has no rights, he has no way or inspiration to do anything. Now, and he has to figure that out with the help of a fellow slave, to realize that who he is and what he should have done, and the teaching of his father, what that really meant, and because after the whole revenge story, and after that is over, he spent his entire life trying to get that revenge. So when it goes into a point where that's over, what is he after that? And that's something that I think is very interesting. What I think is something that I wish more stories would explore, because I think I may have seen some of the, because I think I have seen a lot. I'm trying to, sorry again, I'm trying to formulate my words, but with things like this, I've seen very few of this sort of story, and when reading this, it's so it's like I'm trying to figure out the words. It's so magical. I say that magical, and so of how they could put so much drama, so much seriousness, as well as so much comedy, and so much travesty into this story that is so amazing. It's amazing. And then, I don't know how to describe it. It's just an amazing story. I'm trying to formulate a lot of words. I'm doing this with no script. I'm just putting my feelings out there. I'm sorry if it's not as good or anything like that. But I'm just giving my thoughts on it, my general thoughts on it right now, and then I'll go more in depth. Try not to go more in depth, because right now I'm trying not to spoil anything too much. But yeah, I just really recommend this story. Recommend this manga. It's very good, and because right now, what Thorfinn in the story right now, what Thorfinn really wants right now is to go to Vinland, go to somewhere where there's like free of war, with peace, what his father wanted. So what is, and that's what the story is all about. Is the Vinland Saga, trying to go to Vinland, and that's what I've, and that's what like I didn't realize until the very end of that. This is what the story is about. Is that like it took to right now where the story is. This is what the story is about. Is that it's from beginning to end. It was for Thorfinn to do what his father wanted and to go to Vinland, and this again, like I'm just scratching the surface. I'm just talking about it in very general terms, but there's so much in here that just is so good. That it is like so good. It's where Thorfinn has to accept his past doings in the prologue, has to realize who he was, has like trying to be a better person, and just that. It's just that, because it's not even that like because there's many stories I feel like that there are where a bad guy turns good, but Thorfinn was never a bad guy. He was just going down a path that was not good. That was not good for himself. That was not good for his like own mentality and what like his parents, what his dad would have never wanted. It's would have never wanted for him. They're a path that like they were trying to like lead him away from. And then once he realizes his ways, what he was meant to be, what he was meant to do, and then he's like, oh shoot, I want to be someone better, which is just so beautiful. And then just just like the paths along the way, like people he meets, and the experience and the interactions that he gets. It's so amazing just to see. And many people that you would think, oh, like they could never be good, or like he could, like I don't know. I'm trying to just give my thoughts on it, my general thoughts, without going too much into spoiler territory. But that's just it. I honestly think that it's a very good read. I would recommend it to anybody. These are the 12 books, which are go across like 24 volumes. And the arc right now, which is not really named. It's just like the Vinland arc. Vinland arc. That's what it is right now. It's said to be the final arc in the entire story. So within the next few years, it's probably going to end. The next book for the English translation is coming out later this year, which I'm very much excited for. And so I would recommend highly for anyone to read this. And even if you aren't one to read a manga, the anime, I have only seen the few first episodes of the anime because I haven't really been in a rush to watch it. But I would say this, it lives up to the manga. The animation Studio Wit. If you don't know who Studio Wit is, they've done like some amazing works. They co-animated with Cloverworks on Spy Family, which is a more recent anime that came out, as well as Osama Ranking of Kings, which is one they have always also done, as well as they've done Attack on Titan, the first 3 seasons. So yeah, well, the first season of Vinland Saga is animated by Studio Wit. I'm pretty sure the next season 2, which I am very interested of how they're gonna go about it, is going to be animated by Studio Mappa. If you haven't heard of Studio Mappa, which I don't know how, they've done Jujutsu Kaisen. They've done the final season of Attack on Titan. They've done many others. It's just I can't really think of much right now. Oh, my phone's going off right now. Well, I guess that's almost ad for this video. Yeah. But even so, like I've read the manga. I think it's amazing. Makoto Yukimura. He's an amazing guy. He's made something so incredible. So and the thing that I would say that like with the anime that I think the manga does a lot better is that the manga actually goes in depth with details with like the translations page of like what certain things of like Viking culture meant. So I think, which is why I like the manga a lot because it gets more in depth with the story and what certain terms are, and the like, as well as learn more about Mukimura Sensei. So yeah, that's what I would say. But if you aren't one to read the manga, I would recommend it. I would recommend the anime. So yeah, my next few videos will probably be about each arc in the manga, going more in depth about that. So if you go more in depth about that, it'd be very spoilery. So if you haven't read or watched it, you probably shouldn't see it. So yeah, no. So look out for my next videos. This is my first video about this sort of thing. I know it's probably just somebody rambling on, but that's just how I am. So yeah, this is Outcast, and see you next time. Bye.